Before this train starts rolling, I need to hop off and get a cup of coffee, my dad said.
Hey, your wallet's in my purse. Do you need it?
Asked my mom. No, I got a 5 in my pocket. My dad got off the train and walked out of sight towards the terminal. I started dealing out the playing cards so my mom and I could finish our game of rummy. 3 of us were riding Amtrak from Wishram, Washington into Columbia Gorge to Seattle. We were stopped in Portland to switch trains for our second leg of the journey. It was my birthday weekend. We had tickets to attend a Judas Priest concert the next night. On Sunday, we were going to CenturyLink Field to watch the Seattle Seahawks play the Cincinnati Bengals for my first ever live NFL game. Toot toot! I felt the train jerk. I looked out the window and saw we were moving. My jaw dropped. I turned to look at my mom, who had the same look of panic on her face. We both yelled, "Ah! Dad!" simultaneously. Dad had not returned to our train car. He is a little hard of hearing and probably didn't hear the last "all aboard" call. The young man in a business suit across the aisle said that he could easily catch a taxi to the next station. The elderly lady at the table in front of us said, "Don't worry, dearies. Your dad could buy another ticket since the trains run fairly often to Seattle." "He might even be able to board the train without a ticket since he missed his train. They allow that sometimes," said another man working on his laptop. We were thankful for the help, which calmed us down some. Then we remembered Dad's wallet was in my mom's purse. Mom immediately called him on his cell phone. It began ringing in the seat next to me. So much for that idea. Cha-chunk, 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 cha-chunk went the train. We were traveling farther and farther away from Portland and away from my dad. My mom decided to have me call my Aunt Vita. She lives about 45 minutes south of Portland. She would be more than happy to rescue her stranded little brother. Luckily, she was home. As my mom was gazing out the window, watching the city pass her by, and talking to my Aunt Vita, I felt someone slip into the seat next to me. I turned to look, and it was my dad. He was sipping his coffee and unfolding a newspaper. "Dad!" I exclaimed happily as I threw my arms around him. My mom turned to look at him. With an angry face, she said, "How could you do that to us?" "Do what?" asked my dad. He was simply clueless to the dilemma Mom and I had just went through. Before the train left the station, my dad jumped on board at the end of the train. Instead of coming right back to where we were, he took his time strolling through the cars, reading a menu in the dining car, and looking out the giant glass windows. He even came across a newsstand. It is best when you are traveling with others that you let someone else in your party know where you're going. In case you get separated, you need to have a meeting area, just like if your house was to catch on fire. Everyone needs to make sure they have their wallet and phone with them before they go anywhere on their own. My dad needed to be more considerate of his traveling partners. If he was more thoughtful, Mom and I wouldn't have been so frantic. Somewhere along our weekend journey, we heard the song "Who'll Stop the Rain" by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Mom and I promptly changed the words to "Who'll Stop the Train" for my dad. Thanks for watching.